How you feel about fighting?
We don't want to pull that TO card.
December 4th.
Breaking news, George Kambosos has an additional offer on the table from DAZN to fight Devin Haney in April. However, George Kambosos immediately turned it down because he doesn't want to fight in April, according to him. He wants to fight in June, on the Queen's birthday/holiday or something like that. Now remember, Tia was waiting on J-Lo. He had J-Lo. Now Kambosos has the Queen. There's a date available for Devin Haney on DAZN, but Mr. Kambosos wants to wait on the Queen. He want to pause his career in order to fight on the Queen's holiday. So while Kambosos is putting his career on hold for the Queen's holiday, even then, he got rejected by the government. Kambosos couldn't even get money from the government in Australia due to the COVID protocols. But for some odd reason, Mr. Kambosos is still waiting on the Queen's holiday to fight, even though he already has a DAZN fight date available to fight Devin Haney in April. However, he completely rejected and bypassed that date by claiming he's not ready. I was under the impression that Kambosos have never stopped training since he beat Tio. Now he needs more than half of a year to train for Devin Haney all of a sudden. It's more than fair to say that George Kambosos is doing everything in his power in order to avoid the Devin Haney undisputed fight. He wants no part of Devin Haney. We know that to be a fact because George Kambosos is doing everything in his power in order to kill the negotiations behind closed doors. He's being a diva, a hardball, whatever you want to call it. Just like Kambosos told Tio, those belts are cursed. They ultimately gonna be your downfall. Now it's safe to say roles are reversed. Now them same belts are George Kambosos' curse. Now before we dive into what George Kambosos has to say along with his contradictions, I do want to take the time out to inform the public that Kambosos has 3 offers on the table currently. One from Bob Arum for obviously Kambosos to fight Lomachenko in Australia. One from Eddie Hearn for Kambosos to fight Devin Haney in Australia. The third one is from DAZN. There's a fight date available in April for Devin Haney and Kambosos. However, Kambosos, according to him, he's not ready. With the factual information at hand, let's get straight to what George Kambosos had to say on Twitter. Quote, "When I said, now we can talk, I meant it. I didn't expect Devin Haney for you to manipulate and play games. Eddie Hearn, what's wrong with your boy? Yes or no? Question mark. DAZN Boxing got no faith in him. Question mark. Hey, Vasyl Lomachenko, tell Bob Arum to make a serious offer to Lou DiBella. I'm waiting." End of the quote. Listen, there is a lot to unpack to what Kambosos had to say. So let's start off with Vasyl Lomachenko. Kambosos told Lomachenko to send a serious offer. So Vasyl Lomachenko responded with, quote, "At George Kambosos, hey champ, we have made the best offer for you. We are waiting for your decision." End of the quote. Now, to make it clear, Lomachenko sent this tweet not one time, but 2 times to Kambosos. So let's get this clear. While Kambosos is capping on Devin Haney's name, he tries to use Vasyl Lomachenko as a way out. He tells Vasyl Lomachenko to send a serious offer. Notice the serious part. Also, notice Kambosos saying he's waiting. Then Vasyl Lomachenko responds with, "What are you waiting for? It's the contrary. We waiting on you. Bob Arum already sent you the best offer we can deliver." That's a direct response to the serious offer part. Loma is letting it be known. We have already sent you the best offer we can deliver. What are you talking about? We waiting on you. So that's one Kambosos cap that got exposed by Lomachenko. Let's move on. Notice how Kambosos said Devin Haney is manipulating and playing games. So let's fact check. Last time I checked, it was Kambosos and his team, Lou DiBella, who came out and lied to the public. This is factual information that Lou DiBella lied to the public by claiming that Team Haney never sent him an offer. That's lie number one. Then they lied and said they sent Devin Haney an offer and he turned it down. That's lie number two. To further confirm that, when Devin Haney checked Lou DiBella and told him to stop capping, who did you send the offer to? Lou DiBella haven't responded till this day because it's an absolute lie. As Matchroom also further clarified that Lou DiBella did not send any offer for Devin Haney, with the facts being laid out. Again, who is manipulating and playing games? It's without a doubt as clear as day, George Kambosos and his team. However, George Kambosos have the audacity to say Devin Haney is manipulating and playing games. But I challenge any one of you to find Devin Haney lying and contradicting his own words the exact same way Kambosos is doing right now, telling Devin Haney DAZN don't believe in you. Meanwhile, DAZN have a date available in April for Devin Haney to fight on, and Kambosos is invited to the party. However, he rejected because according to him, he's not ready. Speaking of manipulating, let me show you another example of Kambosos contradicting his own self, trying to manipulate the public. Check this out. Devin Haney retweeted a fan who stated, "This man has no TV deal, so he's baiting both DAZN and ESPN to give him more money. Let him host his own bout without Haney or Loma. No TV relationship equals no power, just mandatories." So George Kambosos responded with, "I got plenty of TV broadcasting options, mate. But how bad do these guys want their TV broadcasting partners to have their geographical locations is the real question. Question mark." Then Lou DiBella also responded with, "Not worth talking business with clowns, champ. There are numerous international powerhouse media companies wanting to televise, stream, pay-per-view your fights right now. Australia is a major market. Funny how none of them want to pay for Haney or meet their demands." Now remember, Kambosos and his team have never sent Devin Haney any offer on any level to Devin Haney or Lomachenko. All you seen Kambosos say on Twitter, "Send me an offer, I'm waiting." Then when they do, Kambosos says, "Send me a serious offer." So essentially the point I'm making, if Kambosos is the A side, if Kambosos supposedly has so many options when it comes to TV broadcastings, so on and so forth, then how come Kambosos haven't sent anyone an offer? Not Lomachenko, not Devin Haney, or anyone else. I mean, he says he has all of these televisions. He's the A side, right? But he keep begging Lomachenko and Devin Haney to send him an offer. So that tells us Kambosos is not a boss. He's pretending as if he's a boss, but he's not a boss. We know that to be a fact because he cannot make an offer. He has never made anyone an offer yet. All he's doing is begging for an offer. All he's doing is begging Devin Haney to pay him more money because he wants to get overpaid. Kambosos, that is. All he's doing is begging Lomachenko to tell Bob to give him more money because he feels like Bob is not paying him enough. So essentially what it comes down to is Kambosos, he wants to get overpaid if he fights Devin Haney. And if he fights Lomachenko, he doesn't want to get underpaid. Therefore, Kambosos is having a hard time making up his mind when it comes to selling his belts to the highest bidder. At this point in time, Kambosos is putting his career, his belts, and the entire lightweight division on hold in order to sell his belts to the highest bidder. It's go hard or go home. Now, we know Devin Haney by far is going to make the most sense because it makes the most dollars. However, Kambosos really wants to get overpaid to fight Devin Haney since he don't think he can win. I mean, it ain't no surprise. Like I said before, when Kambosos said he's a Spartan, he's right. He really meant it. He really meant he's a Spartan Hollywood actor because he's doing a great job playing his role, trying to do his best to duck out of the Devin Haney fight. However, the bad news, Devin Haney is not giving him any way out. But if Kambosos does find a way out, then it's officially Duck Bosus. So I suggest that Kambosos, instead of wasting everyone's time, instead of turning to a Tio, a Ryan Garcia, acting like a diva, pretending he's the boss of the bosses, meanwhile he can't send anyone an offer. All he's doing is begging them to send him an offer, and when they do, he says, send me a serious offer. Even though he wants to fight in a country that has serious COVID restrictions, that is so restricted that people within the country can't even travel in the country. As you guys see above, that's a real boss in Australia complaining about it, which goes back to that Tio card. Remember Tio? He used Australia to duck the Devin Haney fight. That's exactly what Kambosos is doing today. He's using Australia, a country that's restricted, to duck Devin Haney when he can make double his money fighting Devin Haney anywhere else. Then Kambosos comes right back complaining about the money. If you complaining about the money, then fight Devin Haney where it makes the most sense. A country that is not restricted with the COVID. However, we all know what time it is. Kambosos is playing duck, duck, goose with Devin Haney. With the facts being laid out, drop your thoughts in the comment section below, subscribe below, and click on the notification bell to be continued on the next episode of Akhi, TV. Peace, and I'm on to the next one.